Namaskar, Suprabhatam, and welcome everyone to this class 9 of Yoganishta Ananda Jeevanam. Let's start with Guru Vandana. Akhandamandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Welcome everyone to this another wonderful session of Yoganishta Ananda Jeevanam. A day where we take some time off to think about this life and to find out what the goal of life is. It's in these busy lives we have forgotten the goal of life and we are engulfed with these material pursuits. But a day starts when we start taking a retreat in our lives and we start thinking, why are we born here? What is the use of this birth? Why are we going to be here? And what are we going to achieve in this life? And that's the time here for us to look back and take a retreat journey and to find out why we are here and what we are here for and what we are here to achieve in this life. The goal of life. That's the infinite. To know about the infinite is the goal of life. And it's the right time we are all here and to know what exactly. So we started our journey to understand what is the difference between humans and animals. We learned a lot about the difference between animals and humans and how are humans different from animals. That's because of the infinite desire which they have in them to know about the infinite, which makes them uniquely human. We've also seen how the basic constituents, that is the food, which is the life force of a human, is important in one's journey because food is what makes the body, and a strong body gives a strong mind. We have explored different facets of food, what is good, what is bad, and how it is going to interrupt your yogic life. How food plays a major role because that's the basic constituent of a human life. We've also seen what type of food is good for us and what is not. SOS, salt, oil, sugar, the main things which create a uproar in your mind and it will hamper your progress in your yogic life. And all sorts of packaged food, restaurant foods, which are made with a different commercial bhava, is going to surely interrupt your yogic life. So having understood all of them, we have come to Upavasa. Why we need to do Upavasa, what is the essence of Upavasa, and what are the benefits of Upavasa. And how to break the Upavasa is what we are going to see in detail today. Upavasa is not just fasting. Upavasa is being close to the infinite. Upavasa is being close to the infinite. A day when your senses are zeroed out because you don't have any input from the external world. You are physically present in the world but mentally out from the senses and the attractions of the world. That's when the force in you finds another route. That's a route to know the infinite. A day which all of us have to experience in our lives because a yogic life is incomplete without Upavasa. And I presume all of you have given a trial in the last week, and I'll come to experiences now. We'll take a break to find out your experiences. So before that, I just like to do a small fast recap what we have read in the last class. We have seen the misunderstanding between balance and excellence. That is, are we maintaining a balance in our food, and why is the food system so strict? It is towards excellence. Anything towards excellence is always feels a bit severe and strict, but it's not. Excellence is not by chance. Excellence is by continuous effort and a dedicated effort to achieve the excellence. Whether it's studies, any other profession, excellence is not it's a cup of tea. It has to be pursued with dedication and conscious effort. We've also seen that whole food plant-based diet is an excellent type of food, and it's not extreme. Upavasa is the mental mastery. It's very tough to control the mind on a normal day. But on Upavasa, as all your senses have been subdued for a while, it's very easy to control the mind because there is no external input to the senses. Senses are always trying to interact with the world, and that's a day when your senses don't find an opportunity to interact with the world, and they find another route. That's very important. So Upavasa is basically an art of mental mastery. Returning to source. We are all here to find out the infinite. And it's a very easy way to feel the infinite, to be a part of the infinite, and to know what we are here for. When to do Upavasa, we have seen extensively on that. Ekadasi, the two Ekadasis on every month, Purnima and Amavasya also can be included. First, people who can do on 4 days are welcome to do, if not at least twice a month, because you eat for 11 days, and the 11th day your body needs a rest. 10 days eat happily, but the 11th day the body, and that's because it's just not only for the food. The sun's position, the sun's alignment on the earth makes a difference in a digestive system, which is when the digestive fire is really weak. And it's a time when the mind becomes very fluctuating. We all know that on Ekadasi days and Purnima and Amavasya days, there's a change in the nature too. The tides are higher, the way how things are perceived are totally different. So it makes an impact on the body too, because they are also made of Panchbhutas, and we are no different from all the elements of nature. So it calls for a prime importance of all of us to perform this Upavasa on the Ekadasi day. And it's also a turning point of lunar month where the waxing of the moon has reached the maximum, and there's a little change in the moon's growth also. Autophagy is a system which kicks into the peak on the 11th day, and this is what is very important, which we have forgotten all these years. Animals also show a very particular behavior on these days, on these 4 days, and they refrain from taking food on these days because they follow nature's instincts. Upavasa, the science behind Upavasa. Upavasa is not a superstition, it's a science in disguise. The rishis and earlier great people have incorporated this science as a achara, which is science in disguise. Every achara has a science element in it, which we really know it or not. So following this with the awareness of science helps us to reinforce the fact of doing Upavasa with great awareness, because knowing what you're doing is very important. Any achara, if it is known with a scientific fact, makes it more appealing to do and more convincing to perform the act. Okay, so that's the science behind fasting. Upavasa, the right way, what we have seen that no food, no water, the only input we take is the prana, that's a breath. Okay. Nirjala Upavasa, we have seen the right way of Nirjala Upavasa, what we need to do. Start off with the earlier day, have a good meal the previous night. From that day onwards, the next day, the whole day, no water, no food, and on the third day, we break a fast. So, we'll see in today's class how we are going to break a fast and what is the detailed procedure for breaking on this fast. Okay, so we'll go ahead with the class, and I'll take a break in between where I would like to hear all your experiences of Nirjala Upavasa in the last week, if any of you have done it. I know few people have done with strict guidelines and all. I'm very happy about that, and they are one of them is Shanta Bagni is not able to attend the class today. She has informed me. And Shanta Bagni, very happy to hear that you've performed 25 hours of Nirjala Upavasa. I'm very happy about that. Probably you can detail in the next class as you're not present in the class today. Okay? Okay. Let's take a small shift and find out why is nature so beautiful. And we have seen that this whole nature is done by Paramapurusha. There is someone who's setting this right. The nature is not by chance, and it's something which we all have to know that. Just a second. Yeah. Nature operates with precision, and we need to align with nature, and the topic today is power of seasonal eating. Every season brings in climate, temperature, humidity, energy, and lot not, okay, to keep the body in a balanced environment. Nature has also designed specific fruits and vegetables that appear exactly when we need them. Each seasonal produce is not a diet. It's a cooperation with nature's intelligence. Summer. Nature gives what the body needs. That's very important. And seasonal fruits and vegetables protect us and strengthen our body. Summer, also known as Grishma, you can find all the vegetables and fruits which are very, very water. For example, cucumber, bottle gourd, ash gourd, peach gourd, all of them have a lot of water in them, because that's the time when your body is dehydrating. The fruits, for example, you take watermelon, muskmelon, lemon, mango. Mango is because you are strained and tired with the heat prevailing, and that's when you need sugars. And mango is a natural sugar which gives you the right amount of sugar to balance your electrolytes and to keep your energy going. See the beauty of nature. So the purpose of these fruits and vegetables in the summer season is to provide a cooling effect, hydrating effect, electrolyte balancing, heat protection, and protection from heat and dehydration. So every fruit and vegetable given by nature in the summer season is having a cause. Let's see what Varsha, monsoon. Monsoon, you see all sorts of gourds, that is bitter gourd, snake gourd, bottle gourd, and carrots and radishes are the vegetables. And the fruits, you find jamun. Just after mango, after a very sweet fruit, you find the jamun, which is very bitter, and it has a different astringent taste also. Why? The moment, because Once the summer is done and once rainy season sets in, the immunity power goes down. So this fruit has lot of antioxidants which provide in the body, and so it makes sure that you don't fall sick in the rainy season, because rainy season has less of heat and the sun is there. So your digestion goes down and you need food which keeps your immunity high. So jamun, pear, plum, figs, all these fruits are nature's given healing foods for us. And the main purpose of them is immunity, digestive stability. Just as told earlier, digestion goes down, which supports digestion, immunity during the seasonal infections. There are a lot of seasonal infections during this time, which nature makes sure that you don't fall sick when you eat nature-given vegetables and fruits. Autumn, Sharat Ritu. Sharat Ritu is a time where there's a change in the weather from rainy season to the winter season. That's the autumn season. You get custard apples, bananas, pomegranates, and these help to rebuild your strength after the strong monsoon humidity. There's a lot of humidity in the rainy season, and this autumn season gives you a break to rebuild your strength. That's the reason you get a custard apple pack. That is lot of sweet, that is lot of natural sugar, because you've eaten a lot of jamuns, and the jamuns are very bitter and your body would want a change. So that's when nature gives you custard apple. That's so beautiful. See the beauty of nature. Just be observant. Keep watching. Life is just around you. When we start observing, we know how precise the nature is and how much we are going away far from this beauty of nature. Winter. Winter is Hemanta or Shishira. Okay? And the fruits are apples, oranges, grapes, pomegranate, and custard apple to a little. Once winter season sets in, custard apple goes away. And this season, you need a lot of warmth because it's winter. You need strong immunity. You need strength. That's when oranges come in. Oranges have a lot of C vitamin, which are perfect for boosting your immunity, for fighting your cold and your seasonal illnesses. Apples are also very good, which are very good in winter. Nowadays, you get all the fruits all the season, but it's not right to eat non-seasonal fruits. Eat your seasonal fruit, which is always the best food in the time. Because every timing is divine, and seasonal fruits ripen only perfectly in that season. You take a mango in a rainy season, do you think it will ripe? It will get ripe? No, it cannot. Because mango gets ripened only with the heat of the sun. So that's the reason every season has something to give us. And spring season, this is again a gentle break, a seasonal balance which regenerates your body and recharges to face the intensity of the coming summer. So it's Grishma, Varsha, Sharat, Hemanta, Vasanta, and again goes back to Grishma. Don't you see a beautiful systematic rhythm in the nature, and what sorts of fruits and vegetables the nature is giving us? There is maximum prana and maximum nutrition when you're taking seasonal products, because they ripen naturally. They need no artificial preservatives. A mango ripens naturally in summer, and you don't need any artificial preservative. They have the highest energy, and the digestion is very good because it is a seasonal fruit. Better digestion, no toxic buildup, because, and the one important thing is, your gut is season sensitive. Be aware about that. Your gut digestion goes down slow in a rainy season and winter season. So, take food appropriately, based upon the season, because digestion becomes effortless and nutrients are absorbed perfectly. Off-season products or off-season fruits and all create acidity and poor metabolism. So let's not take off-season fruits. Be aligned with circadian and seasonal rhythm. Circadian clock is a clock which is a day and night rhythm. That is a rhythm which makes us feel sleepy. That's a sun's clock. Basically, it's a clock which sets on based on the sunlight. That's the reason earlier days people used to sleep by 7 o'clock and wake up by 4 o'clock, because they used to follow the circadian clock. When the sun sets down, the whole system sets down. It's a natural thing that melatonin gets released in the body. Melatonin is a sleep hormone, which nowadays people are lacking. That's because you have LED lights, huge lights all over the time, and you have the blue screen, the computer screens and laptops, phones running, wherein the internal nature's clock is losing its control. So it's important we maintain the circadian clock also, which is a sunlight-based clock, and it sets a day-night routine. And seasons are biological rhythms. They are the biology of the nature. So setting this both helps to have a very good sleep, a hormonal balance, immunity, mental stability. So it's always perfect to align ourselves with nature's healing and nature's clocks. And the last but not least, it is environmental features. They have a lot of environmental things. See, natural foods, there's not much of waste also, because they are the seasonal fruits. The core message is follow nature's calendar, not the supermarkets. Supermarkets have all sorts of fruits nowadays, which is not right. Follow your system of nature. Seasonal fruits and vegetables are nature's medical kit. You don't need any extra medical kit, because they cool you in summer, stabilize you in monsoon, strengthen you in winter. And when you eat according to the season, your body heals with minimum effort. So this is very, very important when you're picking your vegetables or fruits from the supermarket and you are following a whole food plant-based diet. Make sure you follow your seasonal fruits and seasonal vegetables. Okay? Yes. So let's go to another interesting topic today, which is one of the most important things which I wanted to discuss for a very long time. Okay. Okay, I have a question to all of you. What is it which makes, you see the birds flying everywhere, they go in search of food everywhere and with no direction, but they come back to the nest before sunsets. Can any one of you tell me what is it which makes them come back to the nest without losing track? You can unmute yourself. I have not muted today because all of you are aligned to the class etiquettes of the class. So you can unmute yourself and talk in case you know how do these birds come back to the nest without any guidance or without your GPS. Any one of you? Pure instinct. Ramapala instinct. Okay, fine. That's one answer. Anyone else? It's a biorhythm. Okay, one answer. Anyone else who wants to tell? Okay, let me go ahead. Yeah, just a second. There's a message. I see that. Yeah, it's biorhythm. Okay, biorhythm. Fine. That's partially an answer, but you'll be stunned to see how beautiful nature has made everything in the system. Birds' natural compass. Nature's built GPS. Okay, so what is this nature's built compass? Birds migrate thousands of kilometers with incredible accuracy. crossing oceans, deserts, continents, without maps, technology, and not getting lost. How do they do this? It's because nature has placed a magnetic compass inside their eyes. Scientists have been exploring a lot on this, and they found out that birds have a light-sensitive protein called a cryptochrome in their eyes. There's a light-sensitive protein called a cryptochrome in their eyes for all these migrating birds and every bird. This protein, what it does is, it reacts with the Earth's magnetic field. When a bird looks at a sky, it can see a faint pattern and direction, like a built-in navigation map. It knows which direction its nest is and which direction it's flying. And this protein gets activated by the sun's rays. Such a beautiful feeling to know how nature has inbuilt every life with its own way of system, how to live. They don't have a GPS, they don't have a Google map, but still nature has made sure that it lives its life perfectly. And when the sunlight starts, that's the reason you see birds come back to the nest before sun sets. You don't find any bird after sunset. That's only few birds like a owl or a bat, which are not sun sensitive. They have a different system altogether, which gets activated after sunsets. Okay. Predominantly all birds come back to the nest before sunset and they rise by sunrise. 5:30 you hear the birds chirping. That's because the sun starts rising and their protein starts getting activated. So this makes them perfect with the nature system. So nature has never created anything randomly. Their eyes have this biological GPS which guides them north, south, east, west. Such an astonishing intelligence of nature. And this also tells us, I hope you understand why I am coming to this point, that plants are designated to regrow when consumed, fruits, leaves, vegetables, so that humans can eat them. It equips every species with exactly what it needs for the life and balance. Every living being food also is created by nature. When it has taken care for every living being that it lives so happily with its inbuilt system. We also have got our food in the nature. So coming to this next point, I'm thankful to Ram Mohoday for asking this question in the last class, which has really inspired me to put in this slide, because it's important when we go on plant-based diet. There'll be a lot of opposition from animal meat eaters. So we have to be clear on why and what is good in plant-based diet. So plant-based eating, the path of least harm. Plants offer themselves. What do you mean by plants offer themselves? Plants offer themselves without dying. That is, when you pluck a fruit, the plant does not die. And when you harvest any leafy vegetable, it again grows from there. And we also see that seeds and grains, when planted, they grow back into trees. That's because they have completed their whole life cycle. So this is the least possible harm to any living organism. Jivaha jivasya bhojanam. We are all living beings and we have to live by eating only living beings. We cannot eat stones and live. Okay? We have to eat living things only to live. And the least harm is being done to the plants. Animals must be killed for consumption. There is no way you can eat meat without ending a life, without causing a pain, without causing fear and suffering to the animal. The scale of harm is incomparable. It is very high and it suffers a lot when you kill an animal. So that's very, very important. Why we should not eat meat and why plants can be taken. Plants also lack a nervous system and a pain perception. Plants respond to stimuli, I understand. They respond to stimuli, but they do not feel the pain because they don't have a brain, don't have a central nervous system, they don't have a pain receptor. Life is different in them because they don't have a suffering. They respond to stimuli. So, they have the least harm. What you can do is to the plants. Plants and fruits are nature-given foods. What I mean by that is, animals are not evolved to be eaten, but plants are evolved to be eaten. For example, a bright-colored fruit is a nature's invitation, saying that, please eat me, and I'm going to give you energy. Just like a bright flower for a plant is an invitation for reproduction. Just as you see that every flower has a pollen grain in it, and that's when the bees and these insects pollinate, and that's what reproduction happens in plants. So a bright fruit is an invitation for living beings to eat. You can see many birds eat lot of fruits, small nuts, small berries. So who has told them to eat these berries? What is it which made them feel eat these berries? That's because that is nature's food for that living being. In the same way, fruits and vegetables are nature's food for human beings. In the same way, no animal says that, please come and eat me. It is not an invitation for an animal to go and eat an animal. Nature's design is clear. Stop. That's what it is. And we have to follow nature's rule to be healthy and fit. And it's the lowest ecological harm. So plants have the lowest harm which you can do to any living being, and that is ahimsa. Because if you are torturing an animal to fill your stomach, which is the highest harm which you are doing, and simply you can say that we cannot live without consuming anything. So the ethical choice is to do the least harm, and plants allow that least harm, whereas animals do not. Okay, so understanding the nature's beauty, nature's wonders of nature help us to understand our food is there in nature. We don't need to harm any living being to fill our stomach. Just follow seasonal fruits, understand the intelligence of nature, just like you see how the GPS in the birds is guiding them to know what exactly is their route to their home back. Let us know the route to our home back, that is to know the infinite. We have lost our GPS. We have lost what exactly our GPS of life is. It's time we activate the GPS of our life and take a right route to know what the infinite is. I would like to take a pause here and like to hear from Ram Mahodaya, because the question has come from him, and I'm happy that I could introduce these slides in this class today to help to make people aware why nature's food is the best food and what are we missing in our life. Ram Mahodaya, you can unmute yourself and talk and let me know what we have read today till now.
Namaskara. Thank you so much.
Namaskara, Maurya.
I'm really very happy that there has been a answer to the question which I had raised as to why. I mean, the minute we get to know something and we get an answer to something, it's easier for us to follow because we are convinced that what we are doing is right. Now, for example, when you have been explaining recently, I mean now, about the plant-based food, especially why it is harmless. In fact, one more point came to my mind. I don't know whether right or wrong. It says that it's good for us to eat the fruits, and unless we eat the fruit, I don't think the seeds come out, and unless the seeds come out, I don't think there will be further growth. So I think it's a continuous system by which, for instance, we eat a mango or whatever it is which has got the seed, and when we throw the seed, automatically it helps the plant to come up. So I thought that is one other reason for us to eat the natural food that we can find, because we are helping the growth. That's one more point. Anything more that you would like me to explain regarding
Yes, can you summarize what we have discussed till now?
Yeah, sure.
In today's class, Maurya.
Yes, sure. Basically, what we have been, what I could understand is that the seasonal eating is very important, because it's a sort of a natural nature's calendar, and it's a sort of a rhythm that we follow, and the seasonal foods which are available helps us in every possible way by giving us more digestive power, immunity power, and things like that. So it's better to live with and get to eat what is exactly available for that, exactly specified for the season. Like spring, what we should take, monsoon, autumn, or winter. And we get the maximum nutrition by eating the right food for the right season. This is the first part of it. I think the second one was regarding how could the birds migrate or get back to their nests without any problem, sort of a biorhythm which I was mentioning earlier also. I think this is mainly something given by the nature, so that they are very sun sensitive, and they have something very special facility in their eye to get back and identify where exactly they need to go and what they need to do. This was the second part of it. The third one was, I think, regarding, which we have just now seen, is regarding the committing least harm to the by eating the vegetables and fruits which are naturally given to us. We have seen the advantages, or why that is the best available option. I think these are the three aspects which we have seen so far.
Thank you so much, Maurya. Thank you so much. And you can mute yourself. And I also want to point out that the birds have an inbuilt GPS which know their route back. We have forgotten our GPS inside. We have to activate our GPS inside us to take a retreat back to the home where we have come from. That's the infinite. So that's very important that we activate our GPS with this way of yogic life, and we move ahead so that we are guided in the right path. Because once you start your journey of your yogic life, your GPS will start working. It will guide you exactly what is right, what is wrong, and you would never lose track in your journey, which is very important. Okay, so that is also why I have chosen that slide of why birds have inbuilt GPS, but their minds are not that evolved as human beings. That's the reason they cannot reach the infinite. They have the inbuilt GPS just to reach back to their home. But we have an inbuilt GPS which we have forgotten to reach the abode of infinite. That is our GPS which we need to activate. Okay, fine. Thank you so much, Ram Mohdaya. Let's go ahead with the next thing. Okay. Just like dirt settles toxins settle too. A very important point which I wanted to tell in the last class, but somehow I missed it. Okay? It's a very beautiful principle. In nature, when you see, whenever a liquid is kept undisturbed, what happens? The dirt always settles at the bottom. If you have a glass of muddy water and you keep it still, within few minutes, the top looks clean. Yeah, very much. But all the impurities quietly collect at the base. And no wonder our body works the same way. Throughout the day, we eat different kinds of foods. Some combinations, that combination, and some of them the body can handle and some the body cannot. So what happens? Some foods which digest well and some remain half digested. That's because if you're not following yogic food, I'm just trying to tell you what happens if you don't follow yogic food and you are just living on this spicy food, oily food, salt, sugar and oil. Okay? So some part of the food is not digested and the body cannot use them and it cannot process them. It tries to eliminate immediately into the intestine. That's the final segment of our digestive tract. Starting from the mouth, it starts a long journey when it goes to the intestine. From the mouth to the esophagus, to the throat, to the stomach, to the small intestine, then to the large intestine. It travels a very long path. So, the intestine becomes the settling tank of the body. That's the reason the body structure is like that. The intestine is not on the top. The brain is on the top because the brain is the topmost organ. And the intestine is the farthest organ, and which is the organ which is misused and which is not, and it's very important. That's the reason there's a connection between the intestine and the brain too, the mind and gut. It's not that one is a superior and one is inferior, but on the same side, intestine is a settling tank for all the impurities in the body. So over months and years, we just stock these undigested particles, mucus, toxins that settle there for years and years from our birth. Seeing the water on the top, you may feel it's clean, but it's not. Deep inside, there is sedimentation, we have gas, we have bloating, heaviness, and whatnot, swings, inflammation. That's precisely what I want to point out is Upavasa and Nirjala Upavasa become very essential. When we stop eating food for a period, the system finally takes a break. We all know that. The energy which is used for digestion food is redirected to clean the settled waste. Just like you see, a running water in a stream does not have any mud or something, moss, but a static water which is settled for years and years creates moss. The same way, when you do Nirjala Upavasa and you break your fast, you are giving a movement to the water in your body. And when you give movement, there is freshness in the body. That's the reason they say drink water from a flowing lake or flowing water. Don't drink water from a river because it's stagnant. A flowing water is much superior than a river because the water has less impurities and it is flowing. So the similar way, when you push out your toxins out of your system and your settled mucus and your stool, everything over years, there is a flow in the system which gets you to movement. So Upavasa restores the movement and clears the sediment. So we need to understand fasting is not a superstition and it's a nature's method of bringing back the body to purity. Having said that, what are the What does bad stool cause for you in the body? The probable diseases are constipation, which many of people suffer nowadays. The youth also are suffering from this because of their junk foods. They have to sit for so many hours to pass a stool. Your body should be so prompt that the moment you get up, within 10 to 15 minutes, you should pass a free stool. That's the sign of a healthy person. But present days, people sit for hours and hours together to pass their stool, which is such a pathetic state. There's a lot of straining and a feeling of incomplete evacuation. Hemorrhoids, piles. When you cannot pass your stool smoothly, the blood vessels are strained and these swollen veins in your intestine gets swollen, and there's a chronic straining with them which is called hemorrhoids or piles. There's bloating and gas. There's a feeling of heaviness. Irritable bowel syndrome, which is very common nowadays to see. Such a bad state just because the intestine is not maintaining properly. Skin problems. When your intestine is not good, your skin starts putting out acne, eczema, or whatever it is. Fatty liver. Many people are suffering nowadays. That's because the fats are settling and the bowel movements are not proper. So what happens to the fat? It settles in the body. Poor immunity, which is very, very important. Your immunity becomes so low that when you have a bad gut, your immunity is for sure going to go for a fix, because 70% of immunity sits in the gut. I've also quoted Hippocrates' statement, all diseases start from the gut. So it's important to understand that many diseases, having a bad gut is the cause for many, many diseases. We need to understand this and slowly try to practice the sadhananga of Upavasa. So I would like to tell that Shankar Bhagni has messaged me saying that last Upavasa on December 1st, he could take a 25-hour of Upavasa without water and food. I was very happy to hear that, and she was very happy that she could not get a craving, neither she felt to drink water, because she had made a strong sankalpa about that. I've also got to know that from Jai Krishna Mahoday, he took a 36-hour of Nirjala Upavasa. He's a working employee still. He could perform a Nirjala Upavasa, and he broke his fast with a small vegetable soup, which was very nice to hear that. And taking a pause here, I would like to hear any of your experiences, how you could perform your Nirjala Upavasa, and how was the experience for the first time. Brinda Bhagini, Indira Bhagini, any one of you can raise your hand and you can.
Can I say Bhagini?
Yes, Bhagini, Lalita Bhagini, please go ahead.
Yeah.
Namaskaram, Bhagini.
Namaskaram. Actually, I'm a diabetic, but I said I will try it out. Okay, so I took the food on the previous day at 7 and then tried till 1 in the afternoon, and I could easily do it. I just had 1 glass of warm water in the morning. Just in case, because I was a bit frightened. I'm doing it if it could cause anything, but nothing actually happened. So I could easily take up to 1. Now, maybe next time I can try a little more. Under your guidance, if you think anything else I should take care, then I can do it under your instructions. It was not a problem at all.
That's beautiful, Bhagini. Yes, that reminds me about diabetic. One of our students messaged me that you can go on mute, Bhagini. That's wonderful to hear from you. Yeah, I can guide you on see, people are diabetic. So if you are diabetic and don't take your insulin tablets or your sugar tablets the day when you are having your Upavasa. Because insulin, Bhagini, you can go on mute. I can put you on mute.
Wait a minute, Bhagini. I'm on some other place. I'll do that. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I'll mute you. No problem. Okay, so when you're diabetic, don't take your insulin or sugar tablets in the morning, because you're not going to have any food that day. But be watchful of your sugar limits. Okay, because if you're not eating food and you're again taking sugar and insulin, it will surely go very down because you're not having food. So let the body cure itself and slowly use the remaining sugar in the body. But keep checking your sugar levels often. For for the first 2-3 times, because your body has to get used to this new pattern of Upavasa. So if you feel very dizzy or you're feeling weak, I would suggest take some food or take some liquids, some fruit juice, or not fruit juice. I think you cannot take a fruit juice. Take a fruit, or you can take something which you feel better, because diabetic people have a limited set of fruits which they can eat. So take some liquids, some hot soup or something which you feel better, and try to be on liquids. If in case you're feeling very weak, don't go for solid food. Go for liquids if you're diabetic. But the main thing is, don't take your sugar tablets the day you are fasting. Okay? And watch, but keep checking your sugar levels for every 2. If it is going below 100, don't, and it goes to 90, be watchful, have some food, because it will make you dizzy. So try and doing that Lalita Bhagni for the next time, so that you will know how your body is performing, and down the line your sugar tablets will, the mg will go down. I'm sure about that, because the intestine, your pancreas will start healing themselves, because nature has a natural way of healing. We are not giving time for the organs to heal. We are just dumping them with chemicals, toxins and medicines, but rather than give time for them to heal. Sugar, diabetes is also because of no time to heal for the pancreas. So let the pancreas heal itself, and I'm sure your diabetes will be controlled to a maximum with this Nirjala Upavasa. Okay, Lalita Bhagini?
Yeah, Bhagini, I will do that definitely.
Yes. Okay. So this is a suggestion for all the people who are diabetic, because some of you might be diabetic, which I'm not sure. So in case you're diabetic, try to, if you're done till 1 o'clock, next time do till night. Okay. Extend till your night, and if you can do it till the next day morning, well and good. There is no doubt. But if you're feeling dizzy and weak, suggest you take some liquids. Okay, Bhagini? Yes. Okay. Sailaja Bhagini, you have something, you can unmute yourself and you can speak. Sailaja Bhagini.
Yes. Namaste, Bhagini. Am I audible?
Yes, please go ahead. You're audible, Bhagini. Please go ahead.
Yeah. The previous day, that is on 30th, I took dinner before 8 o'clock, and the next day, that is on 1st of December, I had a little water in between, but till 3:30 I could keep fasting. After that, I got headache, and so I had to break my fast, and that headache was there till night.
Okay. Let me tell you that, Bhagini. That's very nice. That's wonderful that you've started the first step of doing the Nirjala Upavasa. Yes, I understand. The first time when you do a Nirjala Upavasa, you might feel very thirsty. Take a bit of water here and then if you feel very thirsty. But slowly, your body will understand that you would not be giving water and food that day. It is just that it's like taming a kid. The first time when you tell the kid to study, the kid will not listen. So the same way your body will not listen, because it has been used to giving food and water continuously without a break. I went through the same experience when I did for the first time. I was feeling very dizzy, very weak, but I continued it. I took water for the first time because I could not hold my upvasa. But the second time, I could extend it till night. I took a bit of water in the night and I broke my fast as proper. Today I'm going to detail how I broke. But now I don't even know that I'm not taking water and the food the day of upvasa. It's just like a normal day. My body has understood that I would not be giving food and water on the day, and it would not even react back. It would just keep silent. There's no craving for food, no craving for water, and it is absolutely beautiful. Let me tell you, you have a lot of time the day to do your sadhana, to do whatever. You're not distracted, you talk less, and you are free from all the worldly pursuits. That is a beautiful day. So don't stop, keep doing, because this is just the discipline which sets in. The discipline, when it sets in, you are disciplined to the nature's changes. And when you are disciplined to the nature's changes, nature will protect you automatically. You don't need any external medicine. So I understand there'll be the headache for the first time because you are not used to it. Don't worry. If you have a headache or something, take a bit of water. Relax for some time. The next time when you do it, the Ekadasi is coming on 15th. Extend it a bit. Have a good meal the previous night. Have a good meal. Drink lot of water in the previous night. And the next day, if you feel thirsty, drink a bit of water here and then. Okay? But slowly you can recede out the water also, because you cannot just come out without water the first time itself. Okay? So my suggestion is, don't leave this practice. It is going to cure lots of your illness, and you will have a wonderful body once you have done with your Upavasa. And you will come back and tell me that such a great feeling, you feel so light, so energetic after this. Okay, Bhagini?
Thank you, Bhagini. But I got scared because the headache was so severe. So I got scared and I broke my fasting.
No problem. That's the reason I'm telling you. It's just a reaction of the body saying that it is not able to take it. That's because you are not used to it. Yes. Next time when you do it, you would feel
stretch it a little.
Yes. 50% better. What you would not catch a headache. Take water if you want once in a while, if you are feeling a bit dizzy or tired, but slowly try to control the water intake also. So that will help you to extend your Upavasa time and go ahead. Okay?
Thank you, Bhagini. Thank you.
Yeah, and if you have any doubt, anything, you can message me anytime. I will guide you in case you have any issue or something. Don't worry about that. Okay?
Sure, Bhagini. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Indira Bhagini, you have something to say? Yes, please go ahead. You can unmute yourself, Indira Bhagini.
Hello, Bhagini.
Yes, Namaskar,
Namaskaram. See, I started the Nirajala on the 30th, but I'm a type 1 diabetic. So the previous night, I have to take some insulin, because I take two types of insulin. One is a long acting and a short acting. So it was okay for the night. Next day morning, the liver actually produces more of glucose into the blood. So my sugar just went so high. I didn't take any insulin next day at all. But by 1 or 2 o'clock, just went, like if the reading, here we do the 10 milligrams per liter, something like that. The reading, it's gone very high. So I had to stop it. That's the time I messaged you. What should I do? So that was the reason I had to stop it. Okay. Next time I thought, you gave me the advice, and also I just spoke to my doctor, endocrinologist also, and he also suggested what you said was right. It will come down, that's what he said. Slowly it will come down to the body level if I don't take it. And no food. So insulin is actually for food only. So thanks for giving me that information, and I'll try it next time. A little more answer.
Sure. That's wonderful, Bhagini. Don't stress yourself if you feel anything, because see, a normal person, a healthy person can do without any issues, but people who are diabetic type 1 or type 2, a bit of caution is required. I would suggest you keep checking your sugar levels, because it's not a strict and fast. If you can perform the full day, it's well and good. Yes, take care of your sugar levels and break your fast in case you're feeling dizzy or nausea or having any issues. Okay? So a healthy person, no other complications can go with.
Sorry, so if you don't mind, can I ask you another question as well?
Yes, Bhagini, please go ahead.
See, regarding the seasonal fruits, say these days we all get the packaged fruits from everywhere. So what I'm saying is, see, if I'm from south of India, so there we don't have apples or anything. So, is it appropriate to have those ones during this different? We don't have much of winter. And now at the moment I'm overseas here in Australia. So here we have like all this thing. So I don't know what the body is conditioned to which place, which type of food. That's all I just wanted to know that.
Yes.
Which one is the correct way of taking? Like for my body constitution, what sort of fruits is the best?
Bhagini, you are diabetic, so I don't think you have facility to eat all the fruits which have a bit of sugar. So, but you can go about with vegetables. Okay, vegetables don't have much sugar as fruits have. Okay, the seasonal vegetables are raw vegetables which you can eat. Some of them like kheera, tomato, or gourd, rich gourd is also can be eaten raw. And cauliflower can be eaten raw, palak can be eaten raw, and you just need to boil a bit in case you want to wash them with warm water, and you can eat them. And also some fruits are there which are there for you, but the best thing is just see your markets. If you go to a local market, you see every hawker or every vendor has these fruits selling. So that says that this is a seasonal fruit. You really don't need to find out what is produced maximum that season is always available in maximum. So the seasonal fruits you can have, but have it limited in case you want to have mango. I think you are diabetic, so I don't think you can take much of mango. Talk to your doctor, because that will increase your sugar. You can have a little, but as you are diabetic, it's going to be others. Natural fruits will never create harm to any normal person. Okay, so select your food, be cautious, but vegetables can be eaten because they don't have much of sugars in them. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
Raw vegetables. Yes, raw vegetables, you can boil vegetables, or you can eat them raw, and like potatoes and all, you need to boil them. Or other vegetables, some of them you can eat them raw also, which is tomato can be eaten all season. You can eat them all season. They have very good digestion antioxidants in them, and you can eat a bit more in case you cannot eat other fruits. Okay? Right?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhavani. Thank you so much, and thank you all for trying out. I would like to hear from other people also in the forthcoming Ekadasi. How you would like all of you to Vrinda Bhagini, Ram Bhagini, Ramabala Bhagini, Sharda Bhagini, all of you to try ahead and go ahead with Nischala Upvasa at least and find out. See, by not taking food one day, no one is going to die. Okay, it is just that we are going to know how we can control the system. Your mind should rule that day. Your body should not rule you. That is what in crux of Nischala Upvasa.
Namaskaram, Bhagini. Actually, as per our tradition, I was observing Ekadasi even before. But that time I used to take a couple of times milk-based beverages. Now the milk is cut, so this time it is different. I cannot say it was Nirjala because I had to take some medicine, and twice I took 2 glasses of water, and at night I had an apple. The next morning, you may laugh, I had some uppuma without uppu, that is without salt.
Okay, no problem, Bhagini. No problem. You go ahead. See, don't leave this practice. Go ahead with this practice. In the first 2-3 times, it's going to go topsy-turvy. I understand your body is not used to it. You will find up and down. You will be scared. Can I do it or not? Don't get scared. It is very simple, very easy. Your body will love this break. I'm sure that we have been doing for the past 2 years. We do twice a month. If in case you're traveling, sometimes I do at least minimum of once. Minimum of once is there, maximum of 2 or 2, sometimes thrice a month, and you will feel extremely happy. You're free from all diseases. You don't catch a cold. It's more than 3 years I've got a cold or a fever. I have not got onto bed till date. Okay, so thankfully to my Acharya who's guided me so well that it helps me to keep my body healthy. On the same side, to do my sadhana, everything. So initially there'll be ups and downs. I do agree because I have also gone to the same state, and I understand all of your perspective also, but don't give up. That is the first point I want to say. Make the sankalpa. If you can do till night, well and good, but try to do it every Ekadasi. Don't leave the discipline. That's because your body sets into the rhythm. The rhythm is very important. If the body is set into rhythm, it will not ask for food and water on Ekadasi day. Let me tell you that. Because everything runs by rhythm in the world. The sun rises in the east. It does not rise in the west. So when you set the rhythm in the body will work according to your thought and your sankalpa. Okay? So, Vrinda Bhagini, yes, you have something to say? Yes, please unmute yourself and Namaskar Bhagini.
Namaste, Bhagini. This Ekadashi fasting, both mixing and marrying. I'm used to it for the last 4-5 years now. But all these years, until this Yoga Nishtha, it is no food. That was very clear.
Your voice is breaking, Bhagini. Can you come a bit close? Your voice is not clear.
Is it okay now? Now?
Yes, Bhagini. Yes. Can you please tell me what you have told earlier?
Okay. So basically this Ekadashi fasting, I've been observing for last 4-5 years now. So it is like no food. That was very clear. But I used to have tea and coffee. But now after attending this Yoga Nishtha, now no milk and no coffee. So I just started with hot water, lemon on the previous day, like Dashami day evening. Since it's lunar, it's good to start in the evening, no? So Dashami day itself, I just had only, the evening was only hot water with the lemon. And then the Ekadashi day was full fasting. But I still had little water because right now I'm experiencing scratchy throat. But then full fasting, and then only on the next day, Dwadasi day, again I broke it with hot water with few drops of lemon in it. And then around 8:30 or 9, I had just a bowl of fruits.
Wonderful. That is such a great experience, Bhagini. That is wonderful. The first 2-3 times you feel tired, you feel a bit drained, but don't worry. That will come down in the next 2-3 times. You will feel very energetic. Let me tell you, I promise you on that, you will feel very energetic. I hope you don't have any diabetes or any suffering. If you don't have anything, you can go ahead with complete fast for 36 hours. Okay? So next, yes. I will inform you the day of Ekadasi. In case you can, see, some people might have a problem on the day of the Ekadasi, so you might do one day before. If 15th is the next Ekadasi, if you are not able to do on 15th, you can do it on 14th or 16th. But preferably 14th and 15th before, and one day before Ekadasi is the best time. After Ekadasi, it's okay in case you cannot do these 2 days, but 14th, 15th is the best. If not on 14th, 15th, go for 16th. Okay? Shailaja Bhagini has something to say. I have stopped consuming milk sincerely. Wonderful, Bhagini. Excellent. A big clap for you. All of you will find a difference once you come out of milk. I have shared those videos. I hope all of you have had a chance to see that how the milk industry is really making havoc with our lives. Okay? It's a wise decision to see whether you want to continue milk or not. It is just a habit. The moment you stop milk, it feels a bit absurd for 1 or 2 days, but later on you will feel excellent because the fat is not there. There's a lot of hormones which are being injected into the animals. I would encourage all of you to see both of those videos, which is very convincing to know why milk is so harmful for us. Okay? So let me go ahead with the most important thing, how to break our fast, which is very important. Thank you all. Since 10 days, Shailaja Bhagini has stopped her milk. Wonderful, Shailaja Bhagini. I am very sure you watch yourself after 15 days or close to 1 month, how happy and how cheerful, energetic you feel after stopping your milk products, your dairy products. Okay? So let me go ahead with the class now. Okay, Ekadasi, the science behind fasting. We have seen that it's not a tradition, it's a science in disguise. What happens on Nirjala Upvasa is basically you get an introverted mind and there's a piece of senses because your senses are introverted. And the right way to break your fast, this is very, very important. Okay, so coming to this. Okay, so the day before fasting, what do you do the day before fasting? Eat well, but don't overeat. Eat well. Eat a carbohydrate-rich meal. You're eating rice, roti, or whatever it is. Eat a very good carbohydrate-rich meal. Okay? Don't starve on the night before. Your fasting window starts from sunrise to sunrise. That is, you have a happy meal and you sleep well. Okay? Don't worry about anything. Eat the previous day well, but don't stuff yourself. Okay? That is very important. Next thing is, it's a 24 hour to 36 hours of fasting. That is, you start from the previous night to the next day morning. So it goes to 36 hours. The person who can do till 36 hours, well and good. If you cannot, you can break your fast the next day night if in case you cannot continue. But I would suggest try it out. Slowly you will, because autophagy sets in after 24 to 30 hours perfectly. So the moment you finish 24 hours, your autophagy, your cleaning process starts perfectly. All your cancer cells, your degenerated cells, your toxin cells are flushed out perfectly from the system. Okay? So if you can extend till 36 hours, go ahead. But on the same side, if you're feeling very thirsty, have water here and then. Don't take too much of water, just to make sure. I will tell you a practice called Vyapaka Sauch in the next class, which will not make you dehydrated also. But today I'm going to focus on what you have to do on the day you have to break your fast. So don't break your fast aggressively, and don't eat immediately strong foods after breaking your fast. Okay, water is essential. Water is essential to the body because we need water, because our body is made up of 60% of water in the system. Okay, see, fine. Let me tell you the process and how to come to this. I'll come to the process and then we'll come to the points working. What you do is start off. If Ekadasi is on 15th, 14th night you start your fasting. Finish your meal. The 15th whole day you are on no water and no food. 16th early morning, okay? You have to take some time off. It is going to take 2 to 3 hours of time for you breaking your fast. This is a procedure where all the intestine matter is going to be flushed out of the body, okay? Your intestine is of 5 feet, the large intestine. The small intestine is about 7 meters, I think, but the whole matter of stool is in the large intestine, which is about 1.5 meters. Okay, so this 1.5 meters of intestine has a lot of material which is stuck up from our childhood. There's so much of material which is stuck up to the walls of the intestine, mucus, toxins, everything is stuck up. So this procedure actually flushes out all the toxins, all the mucus from your body. Okay, so take approximately 2 hours, 2 to 2.5 hours of time in the early morning, and see that there's no disturbance when you're performing this Upavasa. Just a second, there's a message. Okay, yeah, that's okay. So take around 2 to 3 hours. See that there's no disturbance in starting. For this, you have to take around 3 to 4 liters of water. How you have to take this water is 3 to 4 liters is take 1 liter of warm water. See that the water is warm, okay? And in that water, few drops of lemon and 1.5 to 2 spoons of, not a heap full of salt, 1.5 to 2 spoons of salt. So you have warm water, you have salt of 1.5 to 2 spoons of salt, which is not heaped, and few drops of lemon. And this is equivalent for 1 liter of water. Keep your 1 liter of water ready and start sipping that water. And see that it's not very salty, neither very hot. Okay? If it is the one yardstick to know whether it's very salty. If it is very salty, you will feel nauseating. You will just vomit it. Okay? If it is very less salty, what happens is you will start urinating, which is not right. The water should directly go to the intestine. The water will not go to your urinary tract. Be very clear. You will not pass urine after drinking 4 liters of water also. Okay? The water will directly go to the intestine, because I'll explain why it goes to the intestine also. But for now, let us understand that this first liter of water has to be taken slowly. Take it very slowly. Start taking the water and don't sit down. Start walking. Whenever you take this water, see that you have some physical activity. Either you're walking or you're cooking or you're doing something. See that slowly for about 90 minutes. It's like equivalent to I can say that you can finish your 1 liter of water in a matter of 30 minutes. Okay. So in a matter of 2 hours or matter of 1.5 hours, you finish close to 3 liters of water. Fine. So any doubts still here? Any doubts? Any one of you? Okay. So the first hour, the first 30 minutes, take 1 liter of water and see that you have the next liter of water ready. See that your warm water is ready. So after around 40 to 45 minutes, when you start taking water, you get an urge for the stool. Okay. If your water content, your salt content, everything is proper. If you're drinking very less salty water, you will pass urine, which is wrong. Okay. See that it's not very salty, neither very less salty. See that it's appropriate, and if you get the urge for a stool, that means your water content is exactly what is required for your body. Okay. When you get your urge for the stool after 40 minutes, the first stool, believe me, it's going to stink so bad and it is very solid. You have been passing your stool every day, but still, the moment when the first stool comes up after 40 to 45 minutes, it is dark, it is stinky, and it is solid. It flushes out the stopped stool from your intestine. Okay? Then what happens is, when you take the next liter in the next 30 minutes, slowly the consistency of the stool becomes watery. Okay? Your stool, it's a sign saying that all your stool is being pushed out from your intestine. The stool, mucus, everything comes out. You will be passing stools quite often. See that your peace of mind, you don't have any urgent work. See that your bathroom is free and no one is occupying it, because the urge of the stool is very fast. Okay. This is not diarrhea, but it's because of the water intake. You will be passing multiple stools, and you will be passing stools for a long time. There's a gush of force of water, and all the stool which is solid will start becoming liquid. You will have liquid stools then, and the color of the liquid stool is going to be yellow. After your second liter of your salt water, when you come to a third liter of water, you will be just passing only liquid. It is just liquid. It's just yellow liquid, but still continue your drinking of salt water. Okay. So after your third, generally it goes till 3. I take 3.5 liters of salt water. It's been the same from day one. The first time it took me around 3 hours to 3.5 hours because my body was not used to it. The second time it came to 3 hours. Now it is just 2 hours, 2 to 2.5 hours, because the body is tuned to it. So by 30 minutes I get urge to stool, and for close to 2 hours the whole process is done. 2 to 2.5 hours the whole process is done. So the first time it will surely take 3 to 3.5 hours, have good amount of time. So what happens is, keep continuing your salt water. So the moment, when can you say your fast, you're breaking your fast is done, is because that's when the water is just plain color with no yellow color. You take water and just the water passes directly to the intestine with nothing in it. There is no fecal matter, there is no solid, there is no color. The water is just as you have taken. That's when you don't urinate. You don't urinate in this whole process, because the water does not go anywhere to the body except to the intestine. Okay. So this shows that the intestine is cleaned completely. So continue your intake of water close to 3 to 3.5 water, or maximum to 4. 3.5 is a very good optimum, it's optimum for this thing. Yeah, I'll tell you about that, Indira Bhagini. Yeah, I'll tell you about that. Salt also. Yeah, she has a question. Yeah, I forgot to say more. The salt, what you take, it's preferred you take black salt. Black salt is because it has very less sodium, and you don't feel very salty after you're done. Don't take normal salt. It has very high amounts of sodium, which is not good for us. Black salt is very mild, and make sure use only black salt for your Upavasa breaking. I once did not check my quantity of black salt. I went for a normal salt. It was so bad, and it was so much of sodium. I felt very bad after the Upavasa breaking of the fast. So don't go for normal salt. Go for black salt, and make sure you have enough quantity of black salt before you start your breaking of fast. Okay. The moment you finish your upasa, you see that your water what you intake is coming out as plain water. That's when you can say you stop. Okay. The moment you stop your salt water, wait for 10 to 15 minutes. Then you take 1 liter of just plain water. Nothing, no salt, nothing. Just take 1 plain liter of water because your cells are all dehydrated and you need water to replenish. Wait for some time, then slowly your hunger will start to set in. Wait for 20 minutes or so. In case you're feeling hungry and you're feeling a bit weak, have 1 or 2 bananas, which are very good, ripe bananas. Don't go for unripe bananas, go for ripe bananas because they will activate your intestine movements also. And if in case any stool, it will help you to pass out all the stool also. So this concludes your breaking your fast. So after taking your bananas, don't jump to a very high meal. Take some liquid soup or some liquid thing, but slowly your gut bacteria will start developing. And by afternoon, you'll have very good hunger and have a happy, proper, good, rich vegetable and fruit meal. And you want to take rice in the night. Have the afternoon meal with nice fruit vegetables because your intestine has just been cleaned completely. So give it the right food at the right time. Okay? And you want to have rice or chapati, have it in the night meal. And you would find yourself, the intestine holds around 1.5 to 2 kilos of stool. So the moment you pass out your complete intestine, see the amount of weight, you feel very light, you feel very energetic, you won't feel lethargic, you won't feel sleepy. And it has made a very good impact in me. I can tell you that. I was taking an afternoon nap after every meal before I started Nirjala Upasa. I used to feel sleepy, I used to feel lethargic after my afternoon meal. But then, when I started this Nirjala Upasa, I don't sleep in the afternoon. I don't feel sleepy at all in the afternoon. I'm very energetic as I'm in the early morning because your intestines are the one which makes you lethargic. That is why, if you can see, people are learning music. The first raga, what they learn is, what is the first raga? If anyone of you have learned music, can anyone of you tell me?
Maya Malo Gaula.
Not Maya Malo Gaula. What is the first raga?
No, usually they start with Maya Malo Gaula.
Is it Mohana?
No, it's not Mohana. Anyone of you? Malahari. What's the first raga? Malahari raga. Yes? Yes or no? Malahari. The raga Malahari. That's the first raga that
I think Bhagini in okay.
It's Carnatic. They teach you Malahari raga is the first raga. What is Malahari? Your mala should be hari. It should be removed of your system. And this is a morning raga. There are some ragas which are in the morning, which are in the afternoon and which are night. This Malahari raga, when you sing, it activates your intestine and it creates movement in your intestine. So when your mala is removed of your intestine, you feel energetic. So everywhere, signs of health has been incorporated in every achara, every art of the system. We are just forgetting that. Malahari raga is you can go ahead and check. That's the first raga they teach in the music system. That is first your Malahari your mala has to go out of your system. Just a second, there's a message here. Sri Garanada. Yes, that's right. Sri Garanada. That's right, Bhagini. Sri Garanada is Malahari raga and Ganapati is in the Mooladhara. Ganapati's place is Mooladhara. So they invoke Mooladhara activity so that your intestines are perfect. Every achara, every system is towards incorporating our best health. So, and another fact is your digestive tract is always full. It is never empty. You have never given a chance to keep it empty. So, it's important that we perform this Nirjala Upavasa very cautiously. There's a very detailed document which I have posted in the web page. You all can go through, read through before you start breaking of your fast. If you have any doubts in that, come back to me and ask me, because once you start your upavasa, you need to break your fast properly. That's when I can say your fasting is done completely. Okay, so okay, I'll take 10 more minutes of your time. Okay, the other important point is don't sit while drinking this warm water. Keep moving. That activates your intestine movements. Okay, I'm sorry I'll be taking 10 more minutes of your time. I wanted to finish this. Why the reason why salt lemon water and how does it cleanse the gut? This is very important, because it has to be salt water with black salt. Lemon has to be there, and it should be warm water. Okay. What happens is salt or lemon water, it travels quickly into the gut and it triggers cleaning. It's very important. The primary reason why is because the reason is osmosis. I know all of you must have read in your science lessons osmosis. What is osmosis? Osmosis is higher consistency and the lower consistency. Okay. So what happens is when you take salt water, which is salt lemon water, it is of higher consistency and none of the cells will take this salt water. They will just refuse this salt water and all the water is pushed into the intestine. So, and when this water is pushed into the intestine volume increases. And on the same side, the water from the cells also is pulled out when you start taking this lemon water. You'll feel a bit of weakness after 2 liters of water, because your cells water is also being drained with this salt water. Okay, but continue that. But if you feel a bit nauseating or first time or second time you feel nauseating, take a break of the salt water and then again start your salt water intake. Let the stool be completely evacuated from your intestines. Okay, and then you take 1 whole liter of plain water, which will replenish your dried cells. There's no problem about that. Okay, so the lemon speeds up the process. When you take lemon, it speeds up the process. The warmth relaxes the pathway. That is, the movements become faster, and walking pushes this up forward. So the salt water is not absorbed; it passes through. Lemon speeds the process, which is very important, and the warmth in the water relaxes the pathway and it releases the motion fast, smooth. And walking is very important. Walking pushes the stool fast out of the intestine. So I hope all of you are clear on this process. So once this is done, your upavasa and the complete fasting cycle is done. Okay? You go ahead, I would suggest all of you go ahead and read that document. I would share the document also in the group. On the same side, the link is there on the webpage. Please go through step by step and understand all the steps and make sure it is black salt. Don't go for normal salt. A very clear indication on that. Okay? And let me go to the last slide for today. Anushasana, Abhyasa and Adat. Adat is Swabhava. That's basically discipline, practice, and it becomes your nature. This is a journey of effort to effortlessness. Every new practice is with effort. That is understood. Every meaningful transformation in life follows a powerful progression. There's a progression, but it needs discipline, then practice, then it should become your nature. That is for yoga or meditation or anything in your life. Discipline is the beginning of the journey. The discipline is important because, and when you start this upavasa and all, your body resists, your mind complains, and your senses become very, very restless. You just want to eat, you just want to drink water. You become very restless. But discipline, you can see that. See the girl is struggling to do it. There's a bit of effort, but on the same side, you can see the progress of light in her. It's but discipline says, I will show up, yes, when it is not easy too. Discipline creates a structure in a body, and it's saying that it's a rhythm in the body. And it's a seed. Just like you plant a tree, you need the soil to be perfect. Discipline is the soil to sow your yogic life in it. Okay? It's a nurturing practice. It's a practice. It's a nurturing way how you can go towards your practice. The practice. Practice is the bridge between effort and ease. It's a bridge between the effort. There's an effort here, but there's an ease. You can see the mudra also, Chin Mudra, how beautifully she's able to do it, how difficult these two people are finding it. Okay? What requires force now just requires your presence. Earlier it was with force, with effort. But now it's just you need to do a vasa. You just have to make your mind and do it. It is just a practice. Your actions become graceful. Your mind settles down. There is less resistance and there's a rhythm, which is what is very important. Practice is not dramatic, but it is quite steady and it's not visible, but you have to make it a rhythm. But it is a transformative stage to go to effortlessness. And without even realizing, one day you would step to the third stage, that it becomes your swabhava, your adat. What was a struggle becomes very light now. And it is swabhava or nature. The effort, there is no effort. The effort disappears. There is no strain. See the smile in her face. There is no conflict, no force. You can sit for meditation and it feels so beautiful. This is the sahaja nature of the body. This is effortlessness. There is no discipline required. You automatically, you have set the rhythm in the body. You don't need external effort. You can just do your vasa, you can just do your meditation. But a discipline and a rhythm is important. When practice becomes continuous, the action becomes your nature. There is no effort, no tension, no wavering. So in essence, what begins with discipline deepens with practice, and finally it becomes your nature. So that's for every aspect of life. Abhyas, Anushasan, that is your discipline. Abhyasa is your practice, and your adat, your swabhava. So with this, I would like to conclude today's lecture. And you have any doubts in today's lecture, I'll just summarize what we have read. We have to align with nature, the power of seasonal eating. Birds have a natural compass. Nature's built GPS. It's time we activate our inbuilt GPS to know the goal of life. Plant-based eating is the least way of living, ahimsa way of living. It is the least harm by which we can survive. Just like dirt settles, toxins settle too in our body and intestine, and how harmful is bad stool in our intestine, we have seen that. So it's time we flush it out regularly to have a healthy life. And Ekadasi is the science behind fasting. And the right way to break your fast, the third day, which we have seen in detail. And why salt, lemon, warm water is important and how it cleans your gut. The science behind salt, lemon, warm water, which is very important when you break your fast. Okay? And last but not least, every practice needs anushasan, abhyasa, and it becomes your nature. You don't need to put any effort. It becomes effortless. That's what is the science of yoga, and that's what we are trying to go ahead in our life. Every new practice is tough, but it is not tough anymore when it becomes your swabhava. Okay? So that's all I have for today. Any doubts or anything you want to ask, you can raise your hand. We can discuss, or I'll conclude my session. I'll just give you seconds of time. Take your time and ask your question in case you have any questions. Okay, I understand there's no question. So the next class is on 12th December. Ram Hoday, some doubts?
Dhanyavadah, Bhagini.
Yes, and we are going to learn about another practice called Vyapaka Socha, which will help you in your fasting, your thirst, you will not feel thirsty because of this practice. I didn't have time to include this today. I'll be detailing in the next class. So it will help you to take your fast on 15th. And what is brahmacharya? We'll get to these concepts of yogic life. What exactly is brahmacharya? Okay. So with this, let me conclude with offering everything at my Guru's feet. Tava dravyam jagat guru tubhyameva samarpaye. Om Gurave Namaha. Dhanyavadaha. Thank you all for being in this wonderful journey with me, and hoping to see you all in the next class. And any doubts or any questions, please read those documents and let me know if you still have some queries or something. Thank you all. Dhanyavadaha.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಭಗಿನಿ.
Dhanyavada Bhagini.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
Dhanyavadaha.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದः ಮನ್ಯः.
Dhanyavadaha. Dhanyavada Bhagini. Dhanyavadaha.